Hey everyone, this is Mia Terry, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on the Fred factor and one of the principles that really resonated with me, which was principle 4, everybody makes a difference every day. So after I really let the information sit and simmer for a while, I began brainstorming how I wanted to present my true reflection of this principle. And I immediately thought about a recent TED Talk video that I had watched featuring comedian Michael Jr. If you've never seen Michael Jr., he is hilarious. He will definitely make you laugh. So his presentation was titled, "Life Isn't About the Setup, It's About the Punchline." And so in his TED Talk, Michael introduces this concept of first there's the setup, then there's the punchline. And he talks about undergoing the transformation of his own personal mindset change. And he does so by pulling from the world of comedy to really explain how we can apply it to everyday life. He explains the setup as that preparation or using our talents, opportunities, and even resources to seize any opportunity to ensure that the people around us or our target audience is moving in a direction that really serves us. Now, the punchline occurs when we change that direction. So in comedy, when that direction is changed in an unexpected way, that's the punchline. In life, a good punchline is when we use our setup for other people. And the result really goes beyond simply serving ourselves. It not only sparks revelation, fulfillment, and joy for us, but also for the recipient, for that target audience. So when we shift our mindset from looking for those opportunities to take to an outward mindset of looking for opportunities to give, we set in motion an opportunity to really make a difference. Most of us know what our setup is. We know what we've received and what we have in life. The big question is, what is our punchline? The punchline is our purpose, our importance in life, our ikigai, or reason for being. It's about what we are called to deliver. A few years into my teaching career, I realized I was truly passionate about my job. And I was certain that my purpose was to make a positive impact in education. I believe that what I've been called to deliver to others was something, though, that required this intense climb toward a position or a role that had all these secret resources and knowledge that I would need to make a difference and true impact on the world. Over the course of the next 10 years or so, my vision of making a difference in the world remained constant, but my mindset on how to put that vision into action underwent a huge transformation. At the beginning of my career, I thought I had to hold this prestigious title and set a huge blaze that would cultivate change and make that difference I was looking to make. Now, 15 years or about 2,200 days into my career, I am more passionate than ever about being an educator, and my purpose remains. I realize, though, that I've already made a huge impact on the world, and I will continue to make a difference each and every day. I consistently choose to see every day as an opportunity to create positive change through the small actions or sparks that I create. So John Gordon, one of my favorite authors who wrote the book The Energy Bus, which is also a favorite book of mine. In The Energy Bus, he really talks about what he calls feeding the positive dog. And what he really means is that we must have a positive mindset first in order to make a positive change. It's like the saying, if you want things to change, if you want your life to change, you must first change yourself. Life is full of events and situations that aren't always positive. And many times we are faced with circumstances that seem unfair and even overwhelming. But if we perceive that's just how life is, then guess what? It's inevitable. That is what our outcome is going to be. You may not be able to change those events or circumstances that life throws your way, but you can certainly change the way you perceive them. If you approach life with positive energy and a positive outlook, even when you can't change the circumstances, you will most definitely change the outcome. When you fuel your energy bus with positive energy, you open the door to making a positive impact on the world. So I led this book study of the Energy Bus a few years ago for Alabama Virtual Academy's yearly staff development. And I came across a phrase that has truly impacted and ultimately changed my life. It was a picture of these crazy, goofy looking pants. And the heading said, "Put your positive pants on." Now I know some of you are thinking, how did that simple phrase change your life, Mia? I get it. It's just a silly little phrase. But as I dove further into my study of the Energy Bus and really allowed John Gordon's ideas and perception on life to take hold, it began to really make sense to me. I remember there was one particular work day that was just brutal. I mean, every situation I encountered, work-related or not, seemed to just really stomp me further and further into the ground until I was just full of aggravation, and I approached the rest of the evening with Hulk-like anger. The next morning, as I was getting ready for our 9 o'clock staff meeting, I said to myself, Mia, put your positive pants on. Today is going to be a better day. And guess what? It was. I still encountered a few situations that weren't the best, but I approached those situations very differently that day. You see, I changed my perception of the situations, and therefore, I changed the outcome. I simply chose to see the positive in every circumstance I went through that day. And from that day forward, every single morning, and many, many times throughout the day, some days, I say to myself, put your positive pants on. Life is still life. I am still human. And so I get it. Some days, it's harder to keep them britches from sagging. But even with those saggy britches days, I can honestly say that when I changed my perception of those sidewinder situations, I really began to change my life, and I began making a positive impact on the people around me. So another one of my favorite authors, and actually I would possibly have to say that he has impacted my personal and professional life the most, and that is Simon Sinek. Like I said, he has ultimately had the most impact on my personal and professional life. He is very well known in the corporate America circles as an author, speaker, leadership expert, and his ideas and personal drive really resonate with me, and they truly inspire me to mold my own personal character, professional career, and the impact that I want to make on the world. So in one of his interviews, he shares one of the most eye-opening explanations of making a difference. And it's so simple, it's funny. But he explains that when we are on the right course of action and we stay committed to that action, the consistency of those small actions or sparks every day over time is what makes a difference. So sometimes it doesn't feel like we are making a positive impact on the world. I've had days like that. But if we choose to live each day with positivity and consistent actions that support that positivity, over time, we will see the fruits of our positive actions. So to really just wrap up my reflection of the Fred Factor Principle 4, everybody makes a difference every day. I realize that I've pulled in other books and other authors and resources, but that's the perfect way to reflect on concepts, is to really relate it to what you already know. And so the Fred Factor Principle 4 just really falls in line with everything else that really inspires me. I am certain that everyone does make a difference every day. The question that we need to be asking ourselves is, what kind of difference are we making? So for me, I am almost certain that my positive dog, like Gordon refers to in the energy buzz, will never go hungry because I feed my mindset with positivity for every decision and action that I make. I have come to realize that my positive mindset is that fire in my belly. And if I just simply choose to wake up and walk with purpose, my passion will ultimately quench my own thirst, and it will allow me to create sparks for others to consume. So people, put your positive pants on, approach life with positive energy, and perceive those sidewinder situations with a positive perception. And you will see that the door to making a positive difference in this world is standing wide open, and it is waiting for you to walk through and join other spark starters and world changers. So I leave you with one phrase: be a Fred.